Many often wonder how great it would be to have a spouse who is an entity such as a jinn or fairy, and how great life would become after having such a powerful spouse. But will life really be better and easier simply because an entity has taken you as a spouse? Can such a relationship even be possible? Love between a human and an entity has also become a fantasy for some. Many have chosen to become sexually active with entities, and they have done this by pursuing succubus and incubus type of entities. I will not get into this topic, since I have already written an article about my opinion of being sexually active with entities. I will spend more time on speaking about general love between mankind and jinn, insha'Allah. Human and jinn are two separate creations. We are made of clay, and jinns are made of smokeless fire. We humans were never made to cohabitate with jinns, and for this reason, we cannot openly see them, nor communicate with them or interact with them, even though their world is within ours. Allah has created a barrier between their world and ours to keep the two worlds separated, and this alone should give one somewhat of an idea of a human and jinn relationship and its possibilities. When a jinn falls in love with a human, it is not because of the person's personality. When a jinn falls in love with someone, it is due to attraction. Something about that human. The jinn liked so much that it fell in love with her, him. This something can be as minor as the shape of your eyes or even length of hair, but whatever it is not enough to bring real true love. True love does not develop over a physical trait. Do not confuse love for lust, and a jinn's lust is very powerful and deadly. Is there any possibility of a safe and loving relationship between a human and jinn? Honestly, there is not. There have been many cases where a jinn fell in love with a man or a woman, and it destroyed the human's life. Such cases end in problems. Why relationships between humans and jinn are not possible is honestly very simple to realize. But when a person fantasizes about something deeply, they at times do not think with common sense. They just seek to fulfill their desire. So, what are some of the reasons that make a human and jinn relationship not possible? Love. Jinn knows very well they cannot have the type of relationship with a human as a human would have with another human, and this is a very big issue for jinns. Even in cases where the love was mutual, the jinn became extremely possessive that if the female was human, she could not communicate with men, even if it was for a mere few seconds. Even though the jinn knew very well no love relationship would develop, the jinn still did not like it. Perhaps because of jealousy, since the jinn cannot openly communicate with her as other humans can. Now some ignorant people may say, "Who cares, I don't need to speak to anyone because I have my spiritual Romeo, Juliet jinn." But what they do not realize is, the interactions with the jinn are not as deep as interactions with other humans. The physicality is completely different, and such a person can become lonesome. You are basically married to an invincible person who you may never see, besides in a dreams, who may talk to you like a voice in the head. Children. Regardless of the stories out there, jinn and humans cannot have children. This is not a good thing, since marriage usually involves having a family. Quality of relationship. Due to this, jinn gets possessive since they can't go out with you. They can't meet your friends and family, nor have interactions with them. Equality in the relationship. It is a simple fact that jinn can be very arrogant, and if one was to have a jinn spouse and assume they can exchange ideas with them and have the jinn listen to them and possibly have equality in relationship, forget about it. Sincerity. A jinn will always worry about losing you to another human, and while this may sound romantic to some, it is surely not romantic because a jinn will never be sincere to your feeling. It will be jealous, leery, and will not trust you, causing the relationship to be one-sided, and one-sided relationship, even among humans, end of up disaster. There is no good that comes from a human and jinn relationship. There are services offered by evil practitioners that allow men or women to marry to a jinn, and in return, the jinn would bring them something of monetary value daily or weekly. But even then the dangers are great. The human cannot marry another human. And depending on the type of jinn the practitioner assigns to the human, the jinn can take away from the human's life force every time it is intimate with them, causing the human to suffer from bad health and various illnesses. Do not fall for these evil services. The destruction they can bring into your life, and even the ones close to you, will cause you pain and agony as you have never seen before. The ones who offer these services do not care about you. They help the jinns fulfill their wants while getting a small gain for themselves, followed by great misery for you. I have named only a few reasons why a relationship between humans and jinn is not possible. Unfortunately, people assume since jinn are so close to human, they would make great spouses. But chimpanzees are also like humans. They are smart and can be trained to many things. Human can do. Also, humans share around 98% of their DNA with chimpanzees. Does this mean chimpanzee would make good spouses? Of course not. Humans were created for humans. The love between two humans cannot be matched. Love between two humans is far more blessed than the love between human and another creation of Allah. Allah knows best.